What's going on, everybody? Jesse Montaño, Guerilla Sports, out here at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City. The Avs just played their first ever regular season game here in Utah, and it's a 5-1 win over the Utah Hockey Club, a team that, look, I think is sneaky good when they're healthy, but they could not keep up with the Avs tonight. It started with the Avs' big guns coming in early and just kind of imposing their will, and then the depth helped fill in late. Just a few questions for you guys so far here tonight. It's funny, those first 4 games, 4 straight losses, a lot of questions, a lot of panic. Start getting some wins on the board and everyone breathes a little bit easier. But we're going to jump into them here. Couple just quick thoughts since we're short on questions, filling in a couple gaps here. Jared Bednar asked him after the game about an update on Ross Colton, said he didn't have one, said it was a slash to the hand that took him out for the rest of the game, wasn't feeling well enough to come back. Tomorrow's an off day for the Avs, so they'll get him reevaluated. Then Justus Annunen looks really good. Ivan looks really good as he scores his first NHL goal tonight. Justus Annunen picks up his 3rd straight win in as many starts, in as many games. So a lot that you like to take away for the Avs tonight as they climb back to 500 and more or less can kind of erase that bad start they had at the beginning of the season. Let's get into it real quickly here. 3 questions for you guys, all 3 from Twitter. This one's AvsFan97. Thoughts on Kelly so far? Do you think his possession metrics will improve now that he's not stapled next to Richie? Look, I think Parker Kelly's a nice guy. I think he works hard. I think he's looked completely adequate in the role that they've had out there for him. I think Parker Kelly is kind of who Parker Kelly is, and that's not a bad thing. 4th line guy, can contribute, can chip in here and there. I think he's looked exactly how you'd expect a player like that to look. You know, I was talking to Corey Massasak earlier tonight, and he made a comment about, like, yeah, this is basically Freddie Olofsson. So I think Parker Kelly has been fine for what they've been asking him for him to do through these first 8 games here. Would you like a little bit more? Yes, but reality is that's a guy that once the Avs get healthy, once the Avs get these players back, you're probably looking more of like a 13th forward for him most likely. So I think he's been just fine. This one coming from Chad. Is it too early to think about load management, especially for Makar and Taves playing on the PK? Both already logged big minutes and have PP duties. Think we can leave PK to other 4D if Manson doesn't take a penalty. Here's the problem, though. Those are your 2 best defenders. Those are probably your 2 best penalty killers on the defensive side. Look, you got a long season here. You want to be conscientious of how much you are playing your top players, but at the end of the day, the Avs got to play who they've got to play here. You're limited on who you've got, especially up front to help kill penalties. So you've got to go to your best guys, and if that's Cale Makar, Devon Taves, well, then that's what you got to do. So yes, it is too early to start worrying about load management. As the Avs get healthy and they start getting guys back into the lineup, yeah, you can maybe start thinking about giving guys shifts off here and there, but for right now, no, you got to play your top guys. You're trying to get as many wins as possible with the guys out that you have out. The fact that you were able to rattle off 4 straight has been great. This has to be the noisiest arena I've sat in postgame with no music on. There's construction, there's leaf blowers, there's Zambonis. It's just chaos in here. I don't know if you guys can hear all this going on. Annunen has been great recently. This is from Idle Sports Fan. Last one here. Annunen has been great recently. How do the Avs handle all 3 goalies going forward? How long will Kakinen's stint with the Avs last? Look, you guys have heard me talk about it. Justus Annunen and Kaapo Kähkönen, they have to play in a way that steals minutes away from Alexander Georgiev. Alexander Georgiev is the starter in Colorado. Jared Bednar has repeated that this year even. Justus Annunen, for 3 straight games, has stolen minutes away from Alexander Georgiev. I think he's been fantastic on this trip. I honestly think that when they put Annunen in San Jose, it was kind of like, okay, let's see if he can hold on to his job here now that Kakinen's in town, and he has played himself into a little bit of safety here. You've now got Kähkönen as a nice option on a conditioning stint up in Loveland with the Eagles. They're on the road this week, but look, you're suddenly at 3 options that you feel, okay, we can get by with these options. It's amazing how much different you feel than you did 2 weeks ago. So Look, goaltending is a fickle thing. Jussi Annunen is playing himself into some starts right now. He's got to keep that up. It's not a given. They're not just look. He's still not even the starter. They're going to keep going to him. I think Jared Bednar is going to ride the hot hand while he can. But at the end of the day, if we asked him who's your number one, he's going to say it's Alexander Georgiev. And both Jussi Annunen and Kaapo Kähkönen have to make that not the case. They've got to steal those minutes away. That's what you're getting from Annunen right now. We'll see when Kähkönen comes back up. You know they'll get him in a game or two. We'll see what happens. If you have 3 goalies that you feel good about, that's the furthest thing from a problem. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but 3 really strong games in a row from Jussi Annunen to give the Avs a little bit of breathing room in net. That's going to do it. From Salt Lake City for the first time, 3-game trip done. The Avs sweep the trip, come back home at 4-4, back to 500. Jared Bednar told us this morning, be in the back of their mind. You know you're going to have to be well above 500 come the end of the season. So getting back there allows them to breathe a little bit easier. Avs, perfect on this first road trip, coming back home, 4-4. Jesse Montaño, Guerilla Sports out here in Salt Lake City.